everyone, and welcome back again. We are officially back to the Migrant Hope channel. Guys, it's 2019. Let's be grateful and let's be happy. So let's just jump right into the video, right? You can see from the title, today we are talking about resilience. So when I was trying to think about like, all right, what do I want the theme of January to be? What do I kind of want to set the pace for the Migrant Hope channel is, I want us as young professionals, I want us as individuals, I want us as professionals to kind of be resilient. Let us set that pace for ourselves for this upcoming year. So with that being said, we might as well jump into it. Now you hear the word resilience. What does it mean when you see an individual, when you see someone being, everybody says, oh, she's such a resilient person, he's such a resilient person. Now let us read the definition of resilient. It says staying a course of action and lasting through turbulent times and the ability to bounce back from difficult situations. Right. Now you would say, okay, it's only been a couple of weeks for 2019, but why am I talking about resilience? I'm talking about resilience today because before 2019 occurred, 2018 occurred. Many of us may have set goals for ourselves. Many of us may have wanted to buy our first investment property. Many of us may have wanted to go back to school to get our masters. Many of us may have wanted to start investing in the stock market. Maybe personally, many of us may have wanted to get married. Many of us may have wanted to get out of relationships into new ones, and so forth and so on. And there's always, we may not have accomplished every single thing on our list, or we may have accomplished some things, we may have accomplished some things, but we did not do them as well as we could have. So I just want to talk today about resilience. So with all the goals, all the intentions, all the resolutions which we had made last year, it's possible that since we didn't accomplish them, we can be feeling a little bit down and a little bit discouraged as the new year starts. That is why I think it's so important that the calendar year gets finished, actually, because it actually makes us, it's a new start, new season, new everything. So I just want to encourage anyone out there who had set all these professional goals for themselves and personal, if that includes you, and you were not able to accomplish these goals, I think it's very, very important that you remember that nothing good comes easy. Yes, it is a cliche statement, but it is very, very true, and I definitely 100% believe it. Now, regardless of what that goal may be, maybe you want to think, right? And this will lead us to the whole point about being resilient, about learning from things that didn't go our way is, I would encourage you, stick to your plan first of all, but things to move on and to move forward in this new year is, I want us to sit and just reevaluate. Why wasn't I able to buy this property? What happened? Was it an unforeseen circumstance? Was it did something happen? Was I not getting along with the people I was working with? Why did I lose my job? Was it I did not understand the work? You kind of want to really evaluate, sit down and reflect on why you didn't accomplish the goals, because I think it's very important as professionals is that we really evaluate at every given point, every given season in our lives. It's very important to evaluate what had happened. For example, let me use this as a very random example. For example, busy season, right? Since I'm an auditor, at the beginning of busy season, I always set goals for myself. This is what I want to do, this is what I want to accomplish, so forth and so on. Now I may not have accomplished all of those things. So in order to be able to be a resilient human being and move forward, move onward, at the end of busy season, I'm supposed to sit down and really think and reflect, okay, Charlene, why didn't you accomplish this? Why didn't you get this? Why didn't you get that? Is it because of something that happened? Did you not fully understand the concepts? Did you not ask the right questions? Were you not in the right space? How can I put myself in the right space? Because when you do that self-reflection and you really think as to why, it really puts a good perspective in your mind. It helps you reevaluate the reason for which you started that thing or you wanted to accomplish that goal. And sometimes, maybe God doesn't want you to be able to accomplish those things for whatever reason it is. For example, if you were trying to buy an investment property, you saw this good piece of land, everything, the area looks good, it's a booming, uprising, upcoming area, but you were not able to you did not have enough money to be able to put for the down payment or whatever the case may be. But then you think in retrospect now, what if you did purchase that property and then in a couple of years, some kind of massive flood or some weird thing happens, which is very, very 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 unusual, and that would just kind of set you off pace. So sometimes if you really have to think and say, maybe I did not accomplish this thing because maybe one, maybe God did not want me to. Second of all, maybe my reason or the reason for which I was trying to accomplish that goal was not the right thing. Next thing is, I want everyone to really understand that these setbacks in life really project your success. Let's look at people who are very successful in life, right? Like for example, Steve Jobs. We can think of Jeff Bezos from Amazon. We think of the guy from Shark Tank. What's his name? I keep forgetting. I always forget his name. Damon, the guy, the black guy from Shark Tank. You know, I'm pretty sure all these successful people have had a lot of setbacks in their life. Even if it's not in the capacity of wealth, just human beings in general, they have had setbacks. But if they kept mourning those setbacks and just really like mourning and just not feeling right about moving forward, would they be where they are now? Look at the guy who owns a Bridgewater associates. Like, see how good his company is now. But if you watch, there are a lot. He has a video which I'm going to link below. Watch it and listen to his story. Listen to how bad, listen to what really went on in his life for him to be able to get to where he is at now. So it's really important, ladies and gentlemen, that we do not let those setbacks and we do not let those failures project our success. Now, we all have a choice, and this is something that I like to emphasize a lot on this channel. Is we all have a choice, right? This thing has happened, it's a misfortune, it's not the most ideal situation, but what are you going to do with that? Are you going to say, oh, I'm just not going to even pursue this goal anymore, I'm not going to apply to grad school anymore because I keep getting a low score on the GMAT? Or are you going to sit down and really buckle down and move forward? And I encourage you to take the latter option, because that will probably bring you much more fulfillment than giving up. And last but not least, I want to encourage everybody that as we all have set our goals, and I've talked about this so many times, but I encourage you to focus on one thing at a time. If you look at many successful people, many people who are involved in, let's say for example, they started with like real estate, for example, right? They grow in real estate and they become really big in that. Then they open a fashion line, then they have this, then they have that, but they started with one thing. It's easier to focus. Our minds are not trained to multitask, even though people swear that they can multitask. It is possible, but if you want to excel, if you want to do well, if you want to do something efficiently, I encourage you to pick up one goal, accomplish that goal, master it, be an expert in it. Then you pick up the next thing and you're able to accomplish that. And the last thing that I want to encourage, ladies and gentlemen, is as we have set our goals, remember to be flexible, right? Don't pressurize yourself so much so that you start really questioning yourself whether this is something you wanted to do. I will give you a true example. So, you know, I haven't uploaded videos in the past 2 weeks because I was on break, and I have really been going through a lot. Like, I just needed a lot of just me time. I needed my brain to truthfully rest. But when I went on vacation, I took all my filming equipment with me, and I remember trying to like film and gather, and I was getting frustrated. And my mom, she saw that and she said, you know, if I don't do that, she said, because this is a YouTube channel, this is something you truthfully enjoy doing, do not turn this joy into like failure. And I said, mommy, I've set this plan, I want to release video. She said, yes, but you need to be learned to flexible with your goals, because if you don't do that, sometimes you end up losing the joy in actually pursuing that. And I'm so glad I listened to it. I did not put any videos, and I'm back with full force. So I encourage you, right, as you've set all this goals, be flexible around your dates. I don't want you to switch everything around, and that should cause laziness. But think about it, not everything goes as planned. If you're trying to work with a deal with somebody, if the person gets sick, if the person has a stomach ache that day, what are you gonna do? You know, we have to be flexible, but still remember what we want to accomplish at the end of the day. So I encourage everybody out there, you know, keep going, keep moving, keep striving, and let's make 2019 a wonderful year. Thank you so much for subscribing, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, so that you get all this good and informational context. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful week ahead. Bye.